Good morning. Let's work on a combine today, shall we? We're going to do a lot of picking dirt off, taking shields off, just general start cleaning today. It's always amazing how dirty corn heads get. But we're just going to go through, pick all this stuff out. We'll probably get the air out and blow some stuff out of here. Like I said, we're not going to take these all apart this year because we did all that last year, put new deck plates on. But there is still going to be some wear and some things that need to be adjusted. So we'll check all our gearboxes. You get started taking a few shields off here. Covers off the side of the rotor, just whatever. I don't know. I might have to get some tools here, take some off, but getting the easy ones first. You know what's not fun? Taxes. Paperwork, bookwork, all that kind of stuff. So, been working on that here this morning, trying to get the QuickBooks updated and all the tax numbers and accounts and everything where they need to be before the year end. In the meantime, our corn head's getting cleaner and our floor is getting dirtier and everything in our shop is getting dirtier. But yeah, getting that cleaned out. We got these dirt worked out of those pretty well. I'm happy with that. We're gonna wash. We're gonna actually use some water, I think. I mean, maybe I don't need to. I don't know. Yeah, we should. We should clean it up. Yeah, the air's doing a good job though. And he picked out a lot of stuff and getting it all out of underneath the auger there. Just keep getting stuff cleaned up. And going around the combine. I should take some more shields off. I got the easy ones off, the stuff that I don't need wrenches for. But I should put together a parts list too. We need new unloading auger chain. We need new feeder house chain. We need a new tailings chain. I think the wear strips on our feed accelerator are worn out. And so we're going to have to either flip or replace them. That's underneath this shield. We'll get that stuff taken apart. I also know that our belt for our feed accelerator is pretty rough shape, so that's going to get replaced. I was just glad that it made it through the year. But yeah, this chain, I tightened that up a couple times through the year. That one stretches real bad. Trying to look up some of the parts that we need here. This is the belt on that feed accelerator, but there are two different versions of it, and I'm not sure which one we have, so I guess I better go see if there's a number on it. There's actually three different versions. I know which one it is not. Getting cleaner. Not bad. It's almost lunchtime, so maybe we'll flip this around and wash the head off after lunch here. This belt here, is there a number on it by any chance? Somewhere there's got to be. Might have to take it off first. Well, there used to be some numbers on it. Nothing that's going to be readable there, so to figure this out a different way. All right, well, we got back from lunch and we flipped around the combine. So we're by the door here in the drain. Got her tipped one way so that the water will drain out of the head and we'll start cleaning. So I'm looking at this belt that we've got to get off here. It's the feed accelerator belt, which is this one. And the problem with that one is that you have to take off this belt and this belt to get to it, to get it off of there. And probably that pulley, let's be honest. I tried looking it up. I found three different part numbers, two of them that are real possibilities that it could be. I don't know which one it is. I called the dealer and asked if they can tell based on our serial number. They cannot, so we're gonna have to take it off and be able to match it up. So we got to work on getting that off of there while we're cleaning over here. So we got to get tension off of this belt and this one, which would be this tensioner arm and this tensioner arm. I'll start working on that. These tensioners are exactly what these ratcheting open end wrenches were made for. Makes this job so much easier. We'll look at some of these other belts while we're here. That one was cracked and I noticed was in pretty bad shape. Plus we had some issues with that feed accelerator slipping on us this fall or getting plugged up, so pretty sure the belt is a primary reason and probably those wear teeth on it as well, which is why we're doing that one. These belts, just glancing at them, I don't see any cracks, nothing looks really bad, so we'll look at them real close, but I don't think we got to change the rest of them. All right, I got the belts detensioned and I got that shield off of there, that plate, so we can kind of get some stuff out of the way. Now we got to take that big pulley off. So this is how this whole thing drives. Basically, we have this pulley up here that's on the primary counter shaft that comes from a gearbox on the other side, and this drives everything on this side of the machine. We got this single pulley here, or single belt, that drives this big pulley, which then drives this small pulley, which drives stuff in the back. It's attached to this shaft. This is driving the clean grain system, the auger in the grain tank, this clean grain elevator, the cross auger underneath is all driven off of this one. And then the belts that we just took off here drives that big pulley, which then drives the shakers, the sieve, the shoe vibration basically stuff. The cleaning fan is driven off of that. The feed accelerator is driven off of that inside belt there. So there's lots of stuff that's all driven off of that one spot. There's that pulley. Now we can get in here. We should maybe be able to get that belt off. And now this belt. This is the one we're trying to replace. Let me show you why. So obviously it's still in one piece, which is good. That's what we want out of belts. However, if you look, we're cracking really bad. All the way around. It's starting to crack. The ribs are starting to peel off of there. I kind of saw that halfway through harvest, and I thought, oh boy, that belt's going to go on us. We'll see how far we make it. And we made it through harvest, but we aren't going to try another harvest with that one. So this is the one that the number used to be on there, but she's wore off now. So we'll have to try and match the length up to the new belt, the new part number, and make sure we get the right one. But that's the one we need. Looking at that other belt that I took off, it's a similar design, but this one's just a dual rib instead of a tri-rib, and it's not, the inside of the ribs aren't ribbed like that one is. I don't know why they do that, but yeah, this one's got ribs here, this one doesn't. But we don't see any cracks, nothing's separating, nothing's peeling apart. This belt is still good. Heck, we can even still read the part number on it. Look at that. Bearings on that pulley feel pretty good. Bearings nice and smooth. I don't think we've got anything to worry about there. There's a lot of spacers here, and those will all just fall off. In addition to the two that were on the outside of that pulley. I'm going to put these back on there and just throw the bolts back in so we don't lose anything. I have found a spot. I'm trying to pull all the crap out of there. Look what I'm getting. Oh man, I don't even know if I can get this big chunk out. That's all sprouted wheat. Wet, nasty, gross. Comes out by the handful. We're going to go ahead and lift it up here so we can get underneath a little bit better. Point's going to come through the cab. Nope. Alright, well, we're getting towards the end here. There's a little bit of dirt down in here on these. I'm trying to get that blasted out of there. Just rinse everything down again. And then we'll let this dry out, and then we'll look at the wire harnesses and stuff probably tomorrow, maybe later this afternoon. I don't know, we'll see. Then we need to go through and do some adjusting. We can do that after he's done washing here. It won't take much to adjust those chains. So yeah, good deal. Got some blocks so we can set it down and unhook it. There's always that spot there that you can't get to with it hooked up to the combine, so figured we'd get to that. We can get inside our shaft shields a little bit there, and yeah, all good. Did I film the last time sitting right here too? I think so. Anyway, I had a couple of chemical reps stop in, talk to them for a little bit, make some plans for next year. And I think our head's pretty well clean here, so we're going to pick it up off these blocks, try and clean up the floor a little bit, and then maybe we'll start adjusting chains and making sure everything is like we want it. Need it. So I know last year we took all of this stuff off, all the chains, all the guides, all the deck plates, everything, right? We put new deck plates on last year. Everything should be okay for the most part this year, but what we are doing is adjusting these springs here. So some of them are sort of loose. This one hasn't been done yet. Is it sort of loose? A little bit. You want a spring and a half. That one's 2 to 2.5. And so you got to loosen this nut up, spin that bolt, tighten it up a little bit, and then tighten it back down. So, yeah. Light maintenance, make sure everything's running right, but we are not taking it all apart this year. We're not painting. I don't do that every year. We did it last year, like I said. So, get that done. I'm going to get a 3/8 extension wrench to be able to check those gearbox oils. And then we need to grease and figure out our electrical stuff. We're going to let it dry overnight and tackle electrical in the morning, I think. I don't know how we're going to do that. I don't know if we can trace some wires and some continuity or what. It's going to be a little tricky. So these are pretty simple. Try not to let any of that dirt fall in the hole. Yeah. Check it. Make sure there's oil on the dipstick. There is. Put it back together, but clean that dirt off first. I'm going home. We got a lot done today. I got parts listed around. We got a little bit of stuff taken apart. Got that belt off on the combine. Been working on a bunch of other stuff on the computer with crop plans for next year, side plans, kind of making those management decisions. And new guy did a great job of power washing today. We got that corn head all cleaned up. Wrong truck. I need to get this one parked out. I need to get it sold. This one. No, he did a good job power washing that head off. I had to go over things a few times and go back and forth on some stuff, and just it's a lot. Clean one spot and it blows dirt over everything else. So he's doing a good job. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to see if we can trace down our electrical issues. We have to do some continuity testing on the wires, I think. That's about the only thing I can think to try, short of just replacing the wire harness. But I don't really want to do that. It's a $1,200 wire harness. I'd like to just figure out where the problem is and fix it, but it's sort of hard to get to everything. So we'll see what I can figure out on that, and then we'll probably end up putting that on a header cart and getting it out of the shop and start working on getting the combine cleaned off. So progress. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and probably see you tomorrow.